Okay, the next step I am about to show you is how to sew your short front to your short back with a pocket. So by this point, you should have your side fully pinned with your pocket, and then you're also going to have your side pinned where the crotch is. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to sew the side where the pocket is. So I'm going to place my short into my machine at the 5/8 line. I'll take out that first pin and stick it into my pin cushion, which I always have next to me whenever I am sewing. This way my pins have a place to go. I reach behind the machine and I bring my pressure foot into the down position. So I'm going to start sewing forward about 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I press this button twice and go in reverse. Reverse 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I press it one time and go all the way up to the bottom of my pocket with a nice straight stitch at the 5/8 seam allowance. So I'm going to continue sewing until I reach the bottom of my pocket. And at this point, I need to do something called pivot. It's basically like turning the car, okay? So now I need to go in a different direction. I've been sewing up, and now I need to sew around this pocket. So I'm going to turn my hand wheel so the needle goes down and in to my project. Let me zoom this in a little closer, okay? So that the needle is down and in. I now, once the needle is down, lift my pressure foot and I rotate my project and I bring the pressure foot back down. So now I'm able to continue sewing around my pocket. So I start sewing. This part is a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie, because it is a curved edge that we are sewing on. So you have to manipulate the fabric and curve as you sew. You should be going slower here than how you usually sew. The machine will continue to pull the fabric forward. So as the machine is pulling the fabric forward, I am curving the fabric around as I go. And I'm taking my time. Curve, 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 curve. The whole while, I'm doing my best to try and keep my edge of my fabric around that 5/8 seam allowance. I'm approaching the top of my pocket now. And I continue sewing straight until I reach the stitching where I sewed my pocket on. Once I get to that stitching there, I'm now ready to pivot again because I need to start sewing in that direction. So I turned my hand wheel. The needle is now down and in the fabric. I lift my pressure foot, turn my fabric around, bring the pressure foot back down, and I continue sewing. Ooh, sorry, that was bad, Miss Nastasia. I just sewed over that pin there. Everyone makes mistakes. Please try and always remember to take your pins out. As I approach the end, I'm about to stop. So because I'm about to stop, I need to back stitch again. back 2, 3, 4, 5, front 2, 3, 4, 5, lift, and trim your edges. Trim your threads. So at this point, let me zoom this back out for a second. There we go. I have my short, I sewed the pocket on, and when I flip this, I can see that my pocket has now been created in the short. Here it is. There's my pocket. Stick my hand in. Okay. So that is the side seam of my short. Then I'm going to go iron that nice and flat. Okay. Hope that has helped.